Okay, what are the most important things in life? Most of you are probably thinking of things like music, family, friends, relationships. Of course, all these things really do matter in life. There's one important thing that matters to each and every one of us, and that is the topic of food. Right? We all need to survive pretty much, right? And without it, we don't have energy to get things done. And in terms of food, it provides emotional need and not emotional need, but like it helps with your emotions, right? Let's say your boyfriend, girlfriend, they break up with you. What are you doing at home? You're at home watching Netflix, eating a tub of ice cream, right? Obviously, another thing is that food tastes good, unless it's my mom's cooking. The thing is, today, most people don't really realize what they're putting into their bodies, and their food sources are coming from bioengineering. This brings us to the controversial topic of GMOs. So today, I'll discuss why GMOs should be banned, and I'll discuss what they are, the apparent pros, and their cons. First up, what is a GMO? The World Health Organization defines a GMO as an organism which its generic material is altered in a way that does not occur naturally. So basically, individual genes are selected from one animal of a certain species and they're transferred into another organism of a different species. This doesn't occur naturally because what these scientists are doing is they're basically taking genes from things like fish and implanting them into your crops, like strawberries and tomatoes. So obviously, this is strange, isn't it? The thing is that what they're doing is basically giving those crops the traits of fish that allow them to sustain life in freezing temperatures. So other things they're doing include injecting goats with genes from spiders, which make them produce milk with proteins that are stronger than Kevlar. Other examples include injecting cows with hormones so that they produce more milk. Right, so now that you have a basic understanding of GMOs and what scientists are doing, let's talk about the apparent pros. Since crops are being altered in a way that makes them sustain more life, this basically allows them to increase crop yields and make them last longer. They're also being allowed to survive harsh conditions, which gives them more resistance to disease, and they're made to last longer. So what people can do is they can ship off these crops to developing countries so that you can sustain ways of providing nutrients for more people and also solving world hunger. Since more crops are in demand, bioengineering is allowing them to produce more crops, and in the end, producers like farmers are actually making more profit off of this. So it's all about the money, and these pros are allowing people to think that they're getting more nutrients in their foods as well. One example is golden rice. Golden rice is basically plain rice, and it's infused with beta-carotene from carrots. So this gives them more nutritional value, apparently. And then you're getting that in countries where you're not able to find these nutrients, especially if you're poor. So you're not getting the ability to grow your crops, and you're not really getting the nutrition you need. So GMOs apparently give you more of these benefits. Right. Now that I have discussed the pros, let's discuss the cons. Right? There are several health risks associated with GMOs, right? If you're eating strawberries with traits of a fish, there's an increased chance of developing an allergic reaction to that fish, right? Most people aren't expecting to get sick when they're eating a strawberry because they know it's good for them, and they're not expecting to get an allergy from something that's totally not related to what they're eating. According to GMOawareness.com, the biggest corporation that produces GMOs is Monsanto. These are the people that told us that the chemicals they produce, such as DDT and Agent Orange, were safe. Right? In the end, eventually, we found out they're dangerous and toxic to pretty much all forms of life. And now, they're telling us that GMOs are apparently good for us. Monsanto has created another chemical called Roundup, and also Roundup-resistant corn. So basically, that allows them to, first of all, Roundup is an herbicide, right? So basically, that kills off all the weeds and pretty much everything but the corn around it. So in the end, this results in cross-contamination, and pretty much all the surrounding plants grow stronger because wind or bees pollinating from those plants end up transferring that pollen to the other unintended crops or plants. So that means they develop the traits of that GMO organisms, so they become stronger. So that's not good. Another con is that it reduces biodiversity because these GMOs are also being given pesticides resistance. So basically, when those plants and everything around it that are sprayed and affected by the pesticides results in killing all the insects and bees, such as bees and butterflies. So what happens is that it reduces biodiversity and it kills food chain because when one organism dies or its population is limited, that results in another animal that preys on them, which doesn't have the ability to find more food, so that means they're not going to be able to survive and reproduce. So it's a chain of events that really affects the environment negatively. A French study posted on foodsafetynews.com says that Roundup-resistant corn, Roundup itself, and both together refer to three groups of rats. One group ate the genetically modified corn only, one had both of them together, and one only had the herbicide. Each of these animals ended up developing tumors and cancer, dying before they could be deemed to be dead from normal aging. Another group ended up eating normal corn and water, and they actually lived for a lot longer than the rats that ate the GMOs. The American Academy of Environmental Magazine also says that doctors should prescribe no GMO diets. Health problems that can occur include reproduction problems, immune system problems, organ damage, and accelerated aging. So let's think about these cons and the pros. Is it really worth it to be consuming these GMOs? Are you getting more nutritional value? It's really worth taking that risk of developing sicknesses and cancer. So in conclusion, I really hope that you guys have a better understanding of these GMOs and that you're picking a better lifestyle where you're changing your diets to possibly consuming more organic foods, which in turn don't associate the risks that these GMOs are proposing.
So Nate, what did you think?
Okay, so Danny, I like how you started the speech. I thought your opening about like what is important in life that really made me think. So I was interested in your topic. I thought how you structured the speech is really good. I like your examples. They're very diverse, and examples really made the audience think. I liked how the connection with your audience. It felt like you had a conversation, which is a good thing. I like how you know the topic very well. So, like, you can see it in your face and how you talk. Like, you knew what you're talking about, and it didn't seem like a foreign concept to you. I thought your body movement and the way you looked around was pretty good. My only problem was it seems like your eye contact was look left, look card, look down the card, look right, look down the card, look left, down the card, which kind of bothered me. I thought your pacing was kind of inconsistent. Like at times you're talking really quick, and then the moment you made a mistake, you slow down, and I noticed it well, because like it showed up. At the middle part, it felt like a informative speech, but then towards the end, it felt more like a persuasive speech. But overall, I thought it was very good, and good job.
I'm going to agree with a lot of those things. I like the opening. I thought that worked really well. You set up the content pretty effectively. You have a good statement of what your point of view is. I do think you need to build a stronger argument against the GMOs, because a lot of stuff sounds hypothetical. We got a rat study, and that's about as close as we got to anything specific that's a real explanation of harm. So I think that needs to be developed a little bit more. But I appreciated your attempt to deal with the rebuttal issue early on, kind of discussing what the pros were and maybe putting that in context a little bit. I'm going to agree with some of the comments that he made about your delivery. I thought you actually did a very good job on this. You know, like I've mentioned before, you're not being somebody different. You're being the best version of who you are when you're speaking to us. And I thought that you did a good job looking at us for the most part, using your voice effectively, coming across naturally, even though you're maybe a little bit more, excuse me, I suppose there are GMOs in this.
It's a high fructose corn syrup.
Not on this. This is aspartame. So probably not a GMO, but definitely not a natural form of food. But like I said, I thought that you did a good job speaking to us the way that you would actually speak to us. And like I said, I think the argument could be a little bit stronger, but the presentation was pretty solid. All right, we'll keep it at that. Thank you.